Evaluating Angelica.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Angelica, congratulations on giving the worst speech that you'll ever give for Toastmasters.
But it's over.
You know, in all honesty, it was a very good speech. Congratulations, and it was your first speech for us. We appreciate that very much. If you ever get arrested, you might not be aware of this, but generally what they'll do is they'll handcuff you. Okay? And if that happens, I think they're going to have trouble during the interrogation part, because you can't speak without your hands. You actually cannot say a word without using your hand. Are you Italian? Any Italian you know what's? Okay, well, all right. There has to be some Italian somewhere in the family line because it has come to fruition in you. So you do a great job of communicating. You do use your whole body when you're doing it, which is fantastic. You just need to be aware of it, especially if you're talking to a larger group. Using the hands is actually going to turn out to be a little bit of a distraction. So that's a little bit of a challenge for you. Remember, if you're using your hands to tell us a fish story or something like that, fantastic, that's great. But if you're not, you got to leave them at the side. And I know it's going to be a constant struggle for you, but it's something for you to look for. You know, something that I was struck by during your particular speech is an awful lot of your communication, the information that you're communicating to the people that you're talking to, comes through your face. It's a very expressive face. I don't even have a vocabulary to describe this. But really, there's, it's all the different parts of the face are actually into the speech. So if you're excited, you can see it through the face. If you're pensive or thinking it also comes across through the face. So your face is actually a very, very important part of your speech. And I don't quite know how to give you any guidance here, outside of the fact that when you're practicing your speeches in the future, make sure you do it in front of a mirror. Okay? The trick with this might be if you're giving a speech about something that you don't believe in, we're going to know about it right off the bat. And the reason is because your face isn't going to line up with your words. So some people can fake it. My guidance to you is you can't. Okay? We'll be able to tell it. So just as a quick heads up on that one. You said you train cats. You liar. You can't train cats. That's silly. Don't lie during your speeches. That's not nice. I am 6.5 feet tall. That places me in the upper 1% of humanity. Okay? When I give a speech, I have to plant my feet and not move. And the reason is because there's a lot of movement if I move. You're not a tiny person. You were swaying during your speech. And just because you're not a tiny... If you were this tall, there'd be no problems with this. But you're not. You're this tall. So you need to just sort of plant it. Okay? You also seem to have sort of a hip check going on. I'm going to tell you a story. Would you like to know a story? I'm going to tell you a story. So I'm not sure what was up with that. That was fine, but just don't do it again. Eye contact is going to be something else that you need to look at in the future. You made contact with all of us, and I appreciate that. You actually looked at everybody in the room, so congratulations. Unfortunately, you machine gunned us all. Ching, 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 ching. I'm going to get you. I'm going to come back and pick you up on the flip side. Ching, 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 ching. What you need to do is you need to make eye contact with us. You need to tell us something. You need to move on. In order to become a good speaker, you need to have a fantastic foundation. So, Angelica, here's the key thing. You've got energy. You work with dogs? Because it comes across. It comes across that you work with dogs. So you bring an awful lot of energy to your speech. Fantastic. You've got to figure out how to harness that. But that's great. You also worked a lot of humor into your speech. Humor's hard to do. If you aren't funny, you can't be funny when you speak. You did a great job. So you've got energy and humor. I'm looking forward to your next speech. It's going to be fantastic. You're on a roll.
Thank you.
Please take a moment to vote for